All right, so the Diamond Crown Maximus Exclusivo El Bajo Sun Grown, almost $3 an inch. Is it worth it? Looks good. Let's fire it up and see. I mean, pedigree is amazing, right? J.C. Newman, the Diamond Crown, Maximus Exclusivo, Sun Grown. I mean, man, that thing sounds like it's great. But you know what? We got to put some fire to it and find out because the puff, the smoke, the flavor is where it's at, right? So let me get this fired up. Now, I got to tell you, this wrapper is an Ecuadorian El Bajo Sun Grown Dominican binder and fillers. You can go online and search this thing, and it tells you great stories about how all the tobacco is from the corona of the plant, the tippy top, right? It's going to be the most aggressive, most full flavored. And it also the leaves are a lot thicker, and so being that they're a lot thicker, you can ferment them longer. You can put them through some paces. You can work them pretty hard, and what that does, if done correctly, okay, if done correctly, what that does is that gives more time to take those starches and turn them into sugars and make the tobacco sweeter. Not sweet, but it gives that fullness, that lingering flavor on your tongue. I'll tell you what, the construction's great. Draw is phenomenal and fantastic. I looked at it before I cut the lights out. The band is gorgeous. The veins are tight and tiny. The 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 seams are small. I mean, this thing looks good, but how's it taste? Let me puff a couple more times, if you don't mind. Hang on just a second. All right, all right. So when I think of sun-grown, I think of a little bit richer, a little bit heartier, a little bit grittier, minerality turned earth, a little peppery, a little on the rugged side, right? And there's usually a trade off with me in sun grown in my palate because your palate is different than mine is, and we all have different palates based upon our genetical makeup. Plus, also what we've done. If you eat nothing but hot sauce and hot peppers every day, you're not going to think something spicy. If I eat nothing but vanilla ice cream, yeah, I look like I eat a lot of vanilla ice cream and baked chicken, which doesn't look like I eat a lot of baked chicken. True. But this doesn't have that muddiness. It doesn't have that mineral. Let's face it now, though. I'm only this far in. It doesn't have that hyper minerality, tinniness, turned earthedness. It There is a sweetness, and I don't know if it's because I talked about it that I'm thinking about it. But I think it's got a inherent sweetness to it, kind of like the sweetness of a good steak. I know when we think of steaks, we don't think of sweetness. When we think of chocolate cake, that's when we think of sweetness. Strawberry shortcake. I'm getting hungry here, but there's a sweetness in a good steak. It just has that subtle behind the scene, just a little bit of sweet flavor to it. This has that. It's got a lot of leathers in it. Got some woodsy notes rolling around in there too. It slightly distracting because with many JC Newman blends, it's difficult to do a review on them from first puff because, and this is the first one out of this box, gorgeous box, right? Look at that box. That's a nice little box. You can sit, man. That thing. They got construction. They got design. They got packaging on point. But back to the flavors. They, the way JC Newman blends their stable of cigars is to where one note leads into the next note, leads into the next note. So they kind of blend, like chords on a piano. You hit the single notes, ding, 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 right? I'm out of tune. Um, or then you hit that chord, which just kind of goes wah. I'm still out of tune, but you don't hear the individual notes, but you do. But you hear the in betweens. You know what I'm saying? Or am I just running my mouth? Probably. But this has that dark sweetness. It has that leathers. It has a little bit of minerality, a little bit of turned earth, but not a lot. It has a woodsiness, an oaky, cedary something. Not that I go around chewing on different woods. Oh, this is a mahogany. No, but that essence of I'm getting a vegetal quality. Well, that's a good descriptive vegetal quality. But the thing that's striking me the most as I'm sitting here smoking this, the thing that would make me grab a second one, the thing that would make me tell a friend of mine, hey, I really think this is a banging cigar. Let's go halvesies on a box. And this would be the thing that if I have friends come over, I might not pull these out first because I want to keep them for myself. Yeah, I'm stingy. The key reason I would do that is because of the finish, that time between puffs. It is so smooth, so mellow, so a little chocolatey, little hints of chocolate cocoa kind of thing going on now that I'm picking it up. But it really tastes good in your mouth between the puffs, and sun grown usually don't do that. Now I know the master blenders that are going to be working on this cigar are master blenders, and I think they took that into account. I mean, it's. I don't want to talk too long, but it's worth stating. I'm a 70. I was born in 70. I'm an 80s kid, and if you were in the 80s, Tom, you remember We Are the World coming together for aid to Africa, and it was all of the superstars, super duper de duper stars. Every last one of them were just, you know, front man, front woman, lead singers. And when you put all those lead singers together, your fear is that they overtake each other and they try to compete against each other and they try to upstage each other. But that USA for Africa was just brought together in a way where everybody just worked together. They left their egos at the door. And so that all of these tobaccos are very full tobaccos at the top of the plant. They've got the heartiest flavors. They've got the most aggression in their presentations. And the way that the master blenders process these through the aging process and put them together in the blend, you don't see all these superstar egos. They all come together and blend well. The notes that are coming out in the cigar is amazing. I didn't expect this when I started this review. I didn't. It's going on May. And through the year, we have the best of 2024 lists. I did not expect this to be a cigar on my list. By looking at the information, I thought it would be a little bit too heavy. I thought it'd be a little bit too peppery. I thought it would be something that I would pass on. But this right now is rocking in my top five. Now I got 7 months left. But right now, this cigar has got my attention to the point to where I'm like, you know what? This is a contender. But that's for me. Is it for you? I'd highly recommend you get you some and try you some. I looked on the interwebs and I saw that you can buy 5 packs, you can buy boxes. I didn't see any singles, but they are available. So I highly recommend, if you like that full flavor, but you don't want spicy spiciness, if you want good construction, the good volumes of smoke. I mean, look at the smoke. This may be the Maximus you're looking for. So if you get one, you try one, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I would love to know. And now what I'd love to do is tell you I love you and tell you I'll see you later. Because I'm going to sit here off camera and really dive in to this Maximus, the Exclusivo El Bajo Sun Grown. That's it. See you later. Later, Tater.